yes. Yes, if I reject the religious ones, which I did, I said, oh, I'm not going to have any of these old Mormons. They're all believe in polygamy. They took it away from them, but they still on the books, and when they get to heaven, they're going to have all those wives because it's still on the book. So, if you enter Mormon heaven, is there polygamy there? It's still on the book. And I rejected Mormonism completely because of polygamy.
Oh.
So is polygamy worse? But for all I know, they'll have some substance. I know what's going to happen. You've been drunk so many years that you're going to go up there and you're going to pretend to be drunk. He's been drunk so much that he could act a drunk. He wouldn't even have to have any alcohol at all in him. He would just go around acting, kind of goofy. And after insist on talking about hair or something totally boring. Because he's got such a habit.
Hair is totally... And this morning, I called you last night. I said, would you mind come up and cutting my hair?
Imagine,
I'm scared
drunk
for my hair.
You can believe that at 9:30 at night after he drank all day, he was drunk. So in his drunken state, he calls me on the phone, gets me up out of bed to go answer the phone. And then he says, in the morning, would you cut my hair? And I said, you called me, got me up out of bed to ask me. See, when he's drunk, he does stupid things because he's not thinking. He's not got. And so I'm afraid that when he gets to heaven, he doesn't know how to act sober. He's going to act drunk whether he's sober or not. Whether they take the alcohol away from you, you'll say, I don't matter. I can act drunk. I don't even need to have alcohol.
Yeah, but can they still play the piano? That's what I want to know. See, I don't play any other musical instrument. No, I don't. No guitar. I tried it, and I can't blow anything in. So I just play the piano. Do they have pianos in heaven? Do you know what I mean?
Well, remember.
I'd like to get my.
Yeah, but you'll be saying, "I'm too drunk to play this." He'll play it. This is what he does now. He goes down, play the piano. He plays about, a few seconds, maybe a minute or two. I can't do this. He's too drunk to play the piano anymore. So he's been doing this for years. He's been getting drunk. Ever since he moved in here, he's been getting drunk from start drinking at 5 in the morning.
When did
He's going to know how. It's going to be in his, he's not going to know any other way to act but drunk. That's what I'm afraid of. When you hit heaven, you're just going to act drunk all the time, even if you haven't had a drop. And then I'll be stuck with guys like him. Because all the rest of them are over in their separate heavens. So it's becoming a very serious concern of mine.
Obviously.
Who I'm going to hang out with when I get to the hereafter.
I just wanted a haircut.
I know a bunch of bad guys. I know a bunch of drunks.
Oh, jeez.
If you wait until to sober up, until you die.
I'd scare you. I'll tell you what. Look at this. The pigeons are coming around now. Look at the pigeons on the window. They're going, woo.
How would you like to spend eternity with a guy like this?
I would not like to spend an eternity with a guy like me. I really wouldn't. That does not appeal to me at all. I don't want to be somebody like me. I already know what I am. I'm not going to spend that.
He's helpless. He can't quit. He's lost the quit. The quit in him. He just keeps on every day. He gets up, gets that alcohol out, starts to drink. You remind me of that old guy that I was sitting with. Did you notice he was just nothing but an old drunk? I sat there with these old drunks sitting on the park bench. I'm sure I think they were homeless.
What park bench?
The bus bench.
That's a bus stop.
The bus stop.
Yes.
And they've taken up residence. Yes.
Okay, right.
And the white guy is he's obviously been drunk for years.
Well, I just told him.
And I felt perfectly comfortable with him. He reminded me of him. So I sat down there with him and I listened to him. They were talking complete nonsense. One of them would say, truck. And every truck that passed, he'd poke the other guy really hard and he'd say, quit poking me so hard. Truck. Truck. Oh, truck. Imagine spending all day long with a guy who was so drunk, that's all that would come to his mind. His brain was obviously pickled in alcohol. Both of their brains were pickled. And I said, well, you remind me of, I thought, you remind me of my boyfriend, my companion, who's sitting home pickled right now.
What's the word pickle, okay? There's a lot of extra spit coming from
pickled.
that pickle.
It's pickled in alcohol.
I know. I was at the bus stop, I told you yesterday. And I was sitting there, and I said, would you like me to call Lark? You know what Lark is, don't you? And the white guy said, no, I ain't ready to go into rehab, you know. Well, the black guy is running the white guy's life. He's obviously sucking his money from someplace, but, you know, why should I be nasty to him? You know, it's just,
well, yeah, because
he knew what Lark was.
Yeah, and you're my companion that is a hopeless
I'm not
drunk.
ready to go to Lark.
But you're a hopeless drunk. You're not ready to go to Lark. He gets drunk every day. And I have, you know. And because I don't want to be alone, he still accepts me. You know, even at that, we agree. I mean, he doesn't want to be in Lutheran heaven. I don't want to be in Mormon heaven because we don't believe in it. We have doubts.
We'll get to our own heaven.
And, yeah, our own heaven, but...
I think our own heaven's right here.
The thought, is this heaven?
Hmm?
Is this heaven? How can you claim that you're...
You remember when your son
heaven?
came over here, I ain't naming any names, right? He said, my God, this place looks like a studio. I think I love it. You know who I'm talking about. It is. This is a studio. This is as close to heaven as you're going to get, as far as I'm concerned. But you know, the interesting thing about it was, I knew that Sunday mornings, one of us is going to get on a soapbox, you know, and nobody's going to listen. But the nice thing about it is, I told you before it started, I said, I'm going to do my hair, and I said, what did I say? I said, then you're going to take over, right? And you did, but you did. Yeah. But
Well,
now I'm really worried about my hair, folks. For God's sake, I don't. Look at the bald guy on television here.
Of rejecting the illogic of churches, have to hang out with a bad guy like him. A drunk. People would say that was my punishment, but he has moments of lucid thinking. He did, you know, that I agreed with. We both agreed that we didn't believe. And now it looks like he and I are going to be hanging out with people like us, him mainly. Just like those guys on the bus bench. We'll be hanging out with a bunch of guys like that.
Yeah, but I want to be the white guy, okay? You can be the black guy who's pushing the cart, okay?
Oh no, our people that are going to inhabit the hereafter with us.
I believe we are in the hereafter, you know?
Is this hell or is this hell?
No.
Am I in hell or am I in hell?
Well, the Catholics came up with
I know the
Catholics came
religious
up with a
people
great one.
say,
Well, you're in purgatory. We haven't. If you cough up enough money, you can buy your way out of purgatory. And that's what it was. It's just money. Cough up money. Oh, okay. Well, you buy your penance and you're out of here.
see, I didn't like to get around my sister's religious husbands. Oh, that was just terrible. I mean, they're closed mind, you know, they just think one way. But my sister, at the same time, didn't like to get around him because he's just a drunk. So what's the best?
Wait a minute.
drunk
No, wait a minute.
or
I only
a
met
person
one of your sisters,
who
okay?
believes
I only met one of them.
that a man
And I wasn't too
who
keen on her.
brought polygamy has got the only kind of heaven that you'd go to. You know, it just boggles my mind. Because I had to conclude, I thought, well, Mormonism is a cult. It's a cult. I mean, what do you call a cult? A cult where polygamy.
It's a cult in the United States.
This man said polygamy was the answer. I don't know how any woman could accept
L. Ron
polygamy.
Hubbard was looking to
couldn't accept
follow,
it.
but he's doing
His
pretty
wife
good.
couldn't accept it. She wouldn't stay with that church that had polygamy. She rejected it.
Who?
Emma, his first wife, the prophet's first wife, she said no.
Oh.
And so I'm saying, what choices do you have?
You have all choices.
I
The whole world is choices.
I thought that it would be better to hang out with a drunk than a guy who believed in polygamy, because you would be abused worse. He doesn't get any more wives. He doesn't get any more women, but he isn't very much. He's not ideal.
Four, but not at the same time.
I'm being punished. I know I am. I'm being punished for rejecting the true churches.
That's true.
There's a ton of them all around that I could go and get into, and I could go to their heavens.
Oh, by the
Instead
way.
of that, I don't do it. I stay here and hang out with this. This.
Wait.
Just look at it. This.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
This.
Remember when I said you're going to cut my hair this morning? Forget
you
it.
only said it about
Yeah.
15 times.
You ain't cutting. You ain't getting clear.
I can't say this anymore.
No sharp.
What a terrible dilemma. What do
no
you think? You
sharp
think I'm being
instruments
punished
close to my life.
for rejecting a prophet that believed in polygamy? He believed in polygamy till he was killed, and Brigham Young had 26 wives. 26 wives. Did you hear that? How could I
Or for me,
belong
folks,
to a
that's
church
it.
where
And not to say
leaders had 26 wives? It's just impossible. It's impossible. I mean, the Lutherans don't even do that. All you have to believe is one little thing. You just have to believe in who? The Savior. Why couldn't you do that?
Why can't you hit me all the time?
I don't know.
That was the 5 2-minute warning.
Because you are told,
2-minute warning, folks.
you will be in hell if you
2-minute
reject the
warning.
true way. You will not be saved. You rejected being saved, and so did I. Now look at us.
I think you look pretty damn spunky.
Look at us.
Look at it.
When we die, where have we got to go? We have no place. We're going to be beggars.
Wouldn't it be?
We're going to be hanging out with the worst people in society.
Well, we are the worst people in society. So what are you worried about?
Well, if a man that stays drunk from morning till night is not, he's pretty bad, I must admit.
I know. You think I want to go and die and find somebody like me?
You see what. I know this much: when I die, I'm probably going to separate from him.
I certainly hope so, because
Because I won't be able to
I'm
take
not
hanging
letting
out
you
with
touch
him.
my hair this morning. I'll do it myself.
You
At
see,
least
he'll
I
be
know I
safer.
won't cut my hair off.
He'll be safer. I'm too hostile to him.
Oh, God.
Too hostile.
That's right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to just turn this thing off so I won't say anymore.